Have you ever wondered what's going on inside your cat's head? They stare at you with those mysterious eyes, almost like they're judging your every move. But what you may not know is that behind that calm pair and indifferent pose, there's a secret list. Yes, a list of things a cat will never forgive you for doing. And today, you're about to discover the 10 things a cat will never forget or forgive. Get ready, because some of them might just surprise you. And make no mistake, your cat remembers everything. 1. Ignoring the signs that they're annoyed if you've ever been scratched after what seemed like an innocent petting session. Congratulations, you ignored the warnings. Cats have incredibly subtle body language. Ears pinned back, a twitching tail, dilated pupils, all clear alerts. According to feline behavior expert Jackson Galaxy, host of My Cat from Hell, cats always give a warning before they strike. The problem is, most humans never learn to read the signs. And for a cat, that's unforgivable. In their mind, you disrespected a very clear request for space. 2. Forcing interactions when they don't want it, believe it or not. Hugging a cat against its will is almost a capital sin in cat society. Unlike dogs, who often love intense physical affection, cats have their own pace and their own space. When you force affection, pick them up uninvited, or just won't leave them alone, you're breaking trust. Dr. Sarah Ellis, co-author of The Trainable Cat, says, respecting a cat's autonomy is the key to building a healthy relationship. Violating that boundary can leave deep scars on the soul and possibly on your arms too. 3. Making sudden changes to their environment. Cats are creatures of habit. They thrive on routine, predictability, and control over their territory. Rearranging furniture, bringing a new pet home without a slow introduction, or moving house suddenly can make a cat feel stressed, unsafe, and yes, betrayed. Ethologist Michelle Nagelschneider explains, to a cat, their environment is an extension of their own body. Suddenly changing it is like a human, losing part of their home with no warning, and a cat will not forgive you for taking away their sense of security. 4. Leaving the litter box. Dirty few things irritate a cat more than a filthy litter box. And this isn't just about hygiene, it's about respect. A cat's sense of smell is 14 times stronger than ours. A dirty box is, to them, contaminated territory. Cats are naturally clean creatures. In the wild, they choose where to eliminate carefully to avoid predators. When you ignore the litter box, your cat interprets it as, my human doesn't care about me. And watch out, they might just choose another corner of the house to make their point. 5. Yelling or using physical punishment. One of the things a cat will never forgive is being treated with fear. Yelling, hitting, even lightly, spraying with water, or using loud noises as punishment can destroy any trust that once existed. And unlike a dog, who might submit out of fear, a cat will simply walk away and hold a grudge. They associate pain or fear with the person. This can cause long-term trauma and permanently change how your cat sees you. Six. Denying them mental stimulation. Think your cat just sleeps all day. Think again. Cats are natural predators, intelligent hunters, keen observers of their world. Even indoors, they need challenges, interactive toys, scratching posts, climbing shelves, windows to watch the world go by. Denying them this stimulation is like locking a genius in a room with no books. Studies from the University of Bristol show that enriched environments significantly reduce stress and destructive behavior. Ignoring this need can leave your cat frustrated, depressed, and yes, they'll remember who did this to them. 7. Ignoring signs of pain or illness. Cats are masters of hiding pain. It's instinct. In the wild, showing weakness is dangerous. But if you truly know your cat, you'll notice when something's off. Eating less, isolating, walking differently, or sleeping much more than usual are all red flags. And if you ignore them, your cat doesn't interpret that as ignorance. They interpret it as abandonment. The American Association of Feline Practitioners warns that yearly checkups are essential, and observing even small behavioral changes could save your cat's life. Caring is love. Not caring is betrayal. 8. Interrupting sacred rituals, like window watching does. Your cat loves sitting by the window, watching the world go by. That's their TV. Taking that away by closing curtains, moving furniture, or blocking the view may seem minor to you, but to them, it's like someone suddenly canceling their favorite show. Cats can watch for hours. It's not boredom, it's vigilance. Learning feline meditation, says behavioral biologist John Bradshaw, author of Cat Sense. When you interrupt that ritual, you invade their sacred space. And no, they won't forget it. 9. Declawing or other physical mutilations. In some countries, it's still legal to remove a cat's claws surgically. The problem is, it's not a simple nail trim. It's amputating part of their fingers. Painful, unnecessary, and yes, cruel. The American Veterinary Medical Association condemns declawing except in extreme health situations. Cats who go through it often develop trauma, aggression, and chronic pain. And yes, they remember who allowed it to happen. 10. Treating them like a thing, not a sentient being. Perhaps the worst thing a human can do to a cat is to not see them as a feeling, emotional, complex being. Cats are not decorations. They feel fear, joy, frustration, and yes, they form deep emotional bonds. Treating your cat like a possession, without caring how they feel, is something they will never forgive. They may still follow you around, but the bond, the trust, the love, that can fade, little by little. We've already explored the 10 actions your cat may never forgive. But now, let's go deeper. You see, cats don't just react to these events in the moment. They internalize them. They build emotional associations, just like we do. But here's the twist. They don't forget easily. How cats form long-term memories. You might think that cats live only in the present, but scientific studies prove otherwise. According to research published in the Journal of Comparative Psychology, cats have both short-term memory, useful for hunting and play, and long-term associative memory, which stores emotional and spatial experiences. A study from Kyoto University in Japan demonstrated that cats can remember what they did, where, and with whom, even days later, especially when food or emotion is involved. So if you yelled at your cat near the kitchen last Tuesday, they might still avoid that spot today. Not because they're moody, but because they remember. Emotional imprinting. What you do equals who you are in the feline brain. Emotional memory is tied to survival. Just like a cat in the wild remembers where it was chased, or where it found safety, your cat at home does the same with you. If you consistently provide food, affection on their terms, and a calm voice, you are labeled as safe. But if you create loud noise, pain, confusion, or fear, even unintentionally, you become labeled as danger. And once that imprint is set, it's incredibly hard to change. As cat behaviorist Pam Johnson-Bennett puts it, to a cat, trust is earned in drops and lost in bouquets. What happens emotionally when you break that trust? Let us go back to some of the things a cat wants. Forgive. And break down what actually happens inside them emotionally and behaviorally. Forcing contact. When you force hugs or pick up your cat without consent, it doesn't just annoy them. It triggers fight or flight instincts. Over time, your cat may begin to avoid you completely, hide more often, or become aggressive. They're not being mean, they're protecting themselves from someone they see as unpredictable, ignoring pain or sickness. This is one of the most tragic betrayals. When a cat is in pain and no one notices, they feel isolated and vulnerable. They may stop purring, stop grooming, or become withdrawn. And even after recovery, that memory of being helpless and alone can haunt them for months, altering their bond with you permanently. Yelling or punishing. A cat doesn't understand that your yelling is discipline. They only feel the fear, and fear has lasting effects. According to a study in applied animal behavior science, cats exposed to harsh tones or aversive stimuli were more likely to show signs of anxiety, including overgrooming, inappropriate elimination, and self-isolation. In short, yelling doesn't teach. It erases trust. Can you rebuild trust after breaking it? Yes, but it takes time, consistency, and humility. Rebuilding a relationship with a hurt cat is not about grand gestures. It's about small, quiet, respectful ones. Here's how. 1. Let the cat set the pace. Don't force attention. Let them come to you. Sit nearby, but don't reach out. Allow them to sniff you, sit near you, or walk past you without pressure. This silent invitation is often more powerful than 1,000 words. 2. Use treats. Strategically, positive reinforcement works wonders. Leave a small treat near you and step back. If your cat eats it, that's a sign they're open. Gradually close the distance over days or weeks. Never trick a cat with treats to force contact. That breaks trust. Again. 3. Speak softly, move slowly. Lower your tone. Move gently. Avoid sudden actions. Blink slowly. This mimics the feline "I trust you" signal. Cats often return a slow blink when they feel safe. You can even practice this deliberately. Look at your cat, relax your eyes, and blink once. Then look away. It's like saying, "I'm no threat." 4. Respect sacred spaces. If your cat loves a windowsill, a box, or a corner, never invade it. That space is their sanctuary. Honoring it tells your cat, "I see you, I respect you." Over time, this consistent respect becomes the foundation for rebuilding your bond. 5. Routine equals safety. Feed at the same time every day. Clean the litter box consistently. Keep familiar objects in the same place. Every predictable act is a vote of confidence in your favor. Cats relax when they can predict your behavior. That peace turns into trust. 6. Play therapy. Interactive play, like using a feather wand or a string toy, mimics hunting. It builds confidence, reduces stress, and reestablishes connection. End each play session with a treat to simulate successful prey capture. This tells your cat, you're safe, you're successful, and you're loved. Final thought of this part, your cat is not cold. They are not heartless, but they are sensitive, intelligent, and deeply emotional. When you break a cat's trust, you don't just hurt their feelings. You confuse their world, shake their safety, and teach them that you can't be counted on. But when you work to heal that bond, day by day, silence by silence, blink by blink, something beautiful happens. They come back, they trust again, and in that moment, when your cat curls up next to you after weeks of distance, you know that forgiveness is possible. We've talked about the things your cat might never forgive and how these actions affect their trust. But now comes the most important part. Can a cat truly forgive? Can a relationship damaged by fear or neglect be healed? The answer is yes, and there are countless real-life stories that prove it. Take Luna, for example. She was rescued from a hoarding situation. She had stunning blue eyes and a soft gray coat, but she hated being touched. Any approaching hand sent her into a panic. Her new guardian didn't try to force contact. She simply sat nearby, every day, reading softly, leaving treats, and letting Luna set the pace. 6 weeks later, Luna walked over and gently bumped her head against her knee, a gesture of trust. Today, Luna sleeps on her guardian's chest every night. Another story is Max, a friendly orange tabby who was punished for scratching furniture and biting playfully. He was sprayed with water, yelled at, even locked in the bathroom. Eventually, Max stopped coming out during the day. He was afraid. After consulting a feline behaviorist, his family learned how to redirect his energy with toys, scratching posts, and gentle reinforcement. In just a few weeks, Max was back on the couch, this time curled up in peace beside them. Then there's Bella, a 15-year-old cat whose humans failed to notice the signs of illness. She became quiet and stopped grooming. They thought it was just old age. By the time they acted, she was diagnosed with kidney failure. But it wasn't too late. They cared for her. They gave her fluids at home. They made time to sit with her, talk to her, comfort her. In her final months, Bella purred again. She looked into their eyes without fear. These stories remind us that cats, like people, can carry emotional wounds, but with consistency, patience, and love, they can heal. Now, let's look at what the science says. Studies confirm that cats have both short and long-term memory. Their brains are wired to remember places, voices, actions, and especially emotions. Research shows that cats who experience routine.com interaction and gentle care can recover from stress and trauma, even after difficult beginnings. Cats don't forget, but they can choose to trust again. So what does it take to be a protector? Not just an owner. First, consistency. Feed them at the same times every day. Keep their environment predictable. This reduces stress and builds a sense of safety. Second, speak softly and move slowly. Cats respond to tone and energy. Loud voices and sudden actions are frightening. A calm presence makes all the difference. Third, respect their boundaries. Let your cat come to you. If they walk away, don't follow. Trust isn't forced. It's offered and earned. Cats need places to hide, climb, and watch. These spaces help them feel in control, which builds confidence. Fifth, never punish. If your cat scratches the wrong thing, offer a better option. If they're acting out, ask why. Are they stressed, bored, in pain? Behavior is communication. Listen. And finally, learn their language. A slow blink from a cat is like a smile. Return it. Pay attention to their ears, tail, body posture. Every detail is a message. Remember, rebuilding trust isn't about dramatic changes. It's about quiet moments, repeated consistently over time. Your cat may never forget what hurt them, but they can learn to feel safe again. And when they do, something beautiful happens. One day, they'll curl up next to you, place their head gently on your leg, and close their eyes, not because they're tired, but because they trust you. That moment is more powerful than words. And it all starts with how you choose to treat them today. If this message resonated with you, let it be a turning point. Don't wait. Sit with your cat. Watch them. Respect them. Learn their rhythm, because in the eyes of your cat, love is not shown through big gestures, but through patience, gentleness, and showing up every day. That is the beginning of true forgiveness.